Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Melanie and my channel is Melanie Loves Mexico. This week I'm happy to say I am back in Mexico. It is May of 2025 and I am staying at the Majestic Elegance Costa Mujeres, which is a 5-star resort located in the, you guessed it, Costa Mujeres area of Mexico. So that is about a 40-minute drive north of the Cancun airport, and it is probably about a 20-minute drive from the hotel zone of Cancun. I'm here with my husband. We're here for 1 week, and we stayed in this area last May as well at Planet Hollywood, which is just down the beach from here. We liked the area and decided to give it another try. First of all, before I get too far into this, let me apologize. I have been fighting a cold and sinus thing the entire time we've been here. Right now I can barely hear myself talk because my ears are so plugged. It's kind of sucked. It's a bit of a downer, obviously, but I'm making the most of it. I'm definitely doing well during the day. At night, it's been a lot of early nights and a lot of room service, and definitely not taking advantage, unfortunately, of all the nighttime activities here. But you know, it's still better to be on vacation sick than homesick, I suppose. So anyway, how did we pick this resort? As I said, we'd been in this area before. I've heard really, really good things about this resort, so I've been watching it for a little while. A few other trips that I almost booked it and didn't. I've heard very good things about the service, the food, the drinks, and all of that has been true. I'll obviously go into that more as we walk through. Another big factor is that my husband, if you've watched my videos before, is very keen on adults only properties. This is not an adults only property, it is a split. In most cases, the split usually kind of favors the family side, like the family side rooms are bigger. This one is different. I think it's 70% of the rooms are adults only, and that is an upgrade. You do have to upgrade to the adult section, which is called the Club or Elegance Club, and 30% are family friendly. But that said, you're definitely going to see some kids, you know, in the lobby at most of the restaurants. So if you want something that's 100% adults only, this wouldn't be the greatest fit for you. There's really very few children here that we've seen this week, but you're gonna run into them here and there. For us, this style of property works well, and we seem to do them a lot. For us, the biggest thing is kind of more daytime, having adults only pool area. Don't get me wrong, I feel like at a pool on vacations, kids should be jumping, screaming, having the best time. That's what I did when I was a kid. I just, if I'm at the swim up bar or trying to like relax and read my book, I just, would prefer not to have little kids there. But having them at breakfast, seeing them at dinner, totally doesn't bother us. So this kind of property where it's a split works well for us. And I do find you probably get a little bit more value for money when you do the split, because people who are looking for a very specific adult property this might not be for them. So right now it is, what time is it? About 10 after 7, so pretty quiet. I'm going to turn the camera around and we're going to walk through, and I will kind of do as quickly as I can. This is a pretty compact property, so it shouldn't take me too long, hopefully, but let's go along. So as I said, I'm just kind of at the front right now. We'll walk in. So when we, I keep doing that with my finger. When we arrived, we did come in this main door. I kind of panned over to it over here. The Elegance Club area is this way. So So if you have upgraded to the Elegance Club, the check-in area is actually in this little lounge. Good morning.
Good morning.
So maybe I'll walk in. Good morning. So in the lounge here, you can see that they do have kind of snacks. Right now it's obviously kind of breakfast focused because it's quite early in the morning. They do have very nice changing areas here. So if you get here early and your room is not ready, you can definitely get changed. There's a shower in there. There's like it's a private kind of changing area. This is open. I'm actually not sure. I know the other club lounges are open from 7 until 11 every day. This one might be about the same. So down here, they have, this is kind of like a teen club area. So we don't have teens with us, but this does look really cool. They have video games and like pool and stuff. And this is the kids club. I will talk more once we get outside. I just don't want to, people look at me like I'm crazy. So over here, a lot of people sitting, so I'm not going to focus on it too much. That is the piano bar. That opens every day at 7, and I think it's open till 11 as well. There isn't a dedicated coffee shop here, so that is kind of where you can get your lattes and your cappuccinos and stuff first thing in the morning before the restaurants open. I do think it's odd they didn't build a coffee shop, but that I think they added that so that people would have that option first thing in the morning. Let's take a shot from up here. So down here, this is the main lobby bar area. It's pretty busy at night. As I said, I have not been out much at night, so I'm maybe not the best judge of that, but they do make very good drinks. They have a pretty good like kind of craft cocktail list, which is fun. They don't have it posted anywhere. You have to look on their app, which I guess, you know, that is the way of the world now. But sometimes when you're just sitting at a bar, it would be nice to have a menu. But I'm old school that way. I like paper menus. So heading out this way, so this is kind of the family side of the resort, the buildings over here. So there's two buildings, building 5 and 6, that are family buildings, and then buildings 1, 2, 3, 4 are in the adult section, or the club section. Down here, this is the buffet. It is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We've only had breakfast here. And beside it is the spa. I'm not going to go too much further. The spa we did go to, we went and did the hydrotherapy 2 days ago, and it was really nice. I think it was about $40 US per person, and I thought it was well worth that money. It's just kind of a nice little break from, you know, being in the pool, and they've done an absolutely spectacular job building it. And if you've seen pictures of it, they've made one of the pools actually look like a cenote, which is a cave, an underground cave. It's stunning. And back through. So in this corner here, that is the Italian restaurant. If you're staying in the club section, you do have access to that for breakfast and lunch. We have eaten breakfast there, and I think we're gonna eat breakfast there again today. This is the French restaurant, the Bistro. We have not eaten here. I don't think we're going to eat here. The menu just doesn't... You do need a reservation for this one. I've made a reservation twice and canceled it twice. Just the combination of the menu just doesn't really appeal to us, and the fact I haven't been feeling great just hasn't happened. And in the corner over there, that is the Mexican restaurant, which we'll see the outside of when we go back outside. So now these rooms are the adult rooms. So as I said, there's 4 buildings. They go 4, so that would be 4 there. So 4 is closest to the lobby. That is where our room is. Up a little bit. Good morning. This is the patio of the Mexican restaurant. We haven't eaten there yet either. I'm hoping we're going to do that tonight. I have to see which restaurants are open tonight. This is the steakhouse. We have eaten there. It was very good. I don't think I actually said it. We did eat at the Italian for dinner, and it was incredible. It was really, really good. So much food. Definitely larger portions than most all-inclusives. They really encouraged us to order more food, and we definitely did not need that much food. So yeah, steakhouse, really, really nicely decorated in there. We enjoyed that dinner as well. So I think they call this like Mexican Street. So this is kind of where they do a lot of their entertainment in the evenings, where a lot of the restaurants are. This is the Japanese. So the Japanese, you have to have a reservation for the hibachi tables. We don't really love hibachi tables, and my husband doesn't love sushi, so going to the sushi bar, I think we will try it, but I'm thinking maybe on our last night or tonight pairing it with another restaurant, so just going in so we can see it, have some appetizers, and then go somewhere else where he doesn't have to eat sushi. Or a lot of it anyway. This is their little kind of fast food stand called Majestic, which I think is very clever. It's open, I think it opens at 6 and it's open till 2 a.m. They just have kind of, like fast food. And we had some nachos and french fries from here one evening, and they were really good. This is the sports bar. We have been in there to watch some hockey, unfortunately. Not a good, if you're a Leafs fan, you know what I'm talking about there. But it's really fun. Service has been really good. You can actually bring food from the fast food area into the sports bar. And this is where they do their shows. There's a bar here. Yeah, it's very nicely set up. I will say this resort is pretty compact. It doesn't really take a lot of time to get around, which is nice. I will say though, this is because I like to wander, like I guess because I do these videos, and even before I did the videos, I just really I'm kind of obsessed with resorts, right? So I like to wander around and see as much as I can. There's a lot of weird kind of dead ends, and it's weird because you wouldn't see them really, but like you'll be walking down, you walk up some stairs and you kind of walk around to the other side and you think, oh, there's going to be a way down. There's not. So just be prepared for that. So as I said, this is building 4. I'm going to go down the center of the resort. It's loud here. I'm going to go down the center of the resort so you can kind of see the main areas. But if you kind of look over there behind those trees, that is a whole nother kind of long, skinny swim-up pool that we're going to see the exact same thing on this side. Our room is in building 4, and it's actually really close to this side. The only thing I will say about that is it is a little bit loud in the evenings. Just because you're so close to where they do all of their entertainment. Honestly, I like the location. We're really close to the restaurants. We're really close to the lobby. It works totally fine for us. If you're a light sleeper and you like to go to bed early though, it is going to be loud here. But it hasn't, again, not feeling well. I've slept, I've fallen asleep no problem. So it's really not that big of a deal. So that again, we're just gonna open back the lobby again. Over in the distance there, I think they are building another, I think that's going to be Majestic Mirage, I think. So that's going to be, I believe, an adults only property that is solely adults only. So I'm not really sure if they're going to keep this one the same and have the Elegance Club split. I assume so, but I think that one is going to be adults only. The gardens here are really, really nice, especially considering this resort isn't really that old. I think it opened in 2019, but they've done a really good job. The landscaping is already pretty mature and the trees are getting bigger, so that's just going to keep, obviously. Oh, I did want to point out one little thing on, I want to walk all the way over here. So over in the corner here, all of these swim out rooms do have, they have swim out bars in the pools. Not every pool does, but the one over here, let's see, this is one of those places you think there's going to be a walkway out that way, but there's not. The one over there is kind of aimed at being a children's swim up bar, which I think is a really cute idea. I mean, obviously adults, they have adults there too, but you can have, I know they have like a different menu, like they have milkshakes and smoothies and stuff for kids. So this is, again, is building 4. So you can see up at the top, those are all the rooftop plunge pools. So those would be the room, and then you have a rooftop. Over here, this is kind of like the main pool area for the family, well, for the whole resort, really. It is family friendly. So I did read a lot of things about the pools at this resort being a little bit lackluster and a little bit strange. They are small to me, and like right after we look at this one, we'll go look at the swim out rooms, pools. Like this pool does seem, for the size of the resort, does seem small to be its like main pool. I haven't felt incredibly crowded here though, but I mean, even like chair wise, there's a lot more room for chairs, but they just, yeah, I don't know, that it is. The other thing is up at the top there, I'll go up there in a minute. That's like an infinity pool, but it faces the main part of the resort. Now, honestly, the way it's situated, even if it faced the other way, because of the buildings that are there, I don't think you would see the ocean really anyway. But that's the one thing, the one kind of complaint thing I've read about this resort. It really hasn't bothered us, and we're pool people, but it is kind of a unique setup. Go this way real quick, then I might cut back. So these are, you can see kind of like the swim out rooms. Some of them have like a raised plunge pool and you have access to the regular pool. Some of them just have like the chairs in this little pool. So I think it just depends on the size of the room. I'm guessing the ones with the actual plunge pools, which I'll try to show you later, are like the ones that have like the suites, not the junior suites. So they have like a bathroom, like a separate bathroom, separate living room, separate, you know, bedroom. So there's a little bit more space on the balcony. And as you can see, there are swim up bars in these pools. So anyone can use these pools. As you can see, there's chairs over here on the other side, and the chairs over here are not for the guests specifically that have like the swim outs. I don't know, I just find it kind of I don't know, I would feel kind of like I'm encroaching on the people with the swim outs if I stay over here, if that makes any sense. Like, they're certainly big enough. I don't know, I just feel like it's not, I feel like if I paid for a swim out, oh, so you can see that one has its own little kind of plunge pool. So we have not been in these pools at all. I'll just kind of pop up here so you can see this backwards facing infinity pool I mentioned. So this is the infinity pool I mentioned. So again, it is a good size. It's just not big, you know. Again, you would just think for a resort this size they would have a bigger main pool. So if they put the pool up here and had the infinity edge facing this way, it would be stunning. I think they use this for weddings, probably. There are a lot of weddings here, like it's Wedding Central. Excuse me. I haven't seen a wedding up here. I've seen a lot of them down on the beach, but I assume they do them up here. But the view from up here is really, really pretty. So again, this pool is family friendly. Anyone can come up and use this pool. All right, so we will continue. See, there are signs everywhere indicating where is part of the Elegance Club. I certainly, again, I have not seen that many children here at all, and I certainly haven't seen any children in this area. I would obviously think certain times of the year would be busy children-wise, but it's been very quiet. There's a bunch of boardwalks that access out to the beach. The beach is really nice. I don't know that I'm going to walk all the way out there, but kind of walk out here. There is seaweed. It's not as bad as I've seen in other places. They're definitely on top of cleaning it up. Oh, that over there is really cute. That little building there, structure, is it's like a little habitat for iguanas. So it's really cute. This little structure right here is where they do the beach barbecue every day. They just do burgers and hot dogs. The burgers are actually really, really good. If you're from Canada, they really remind me of a Harvey's burger. And I don't usually love hamburgers in Mexico. I don't know why, but those ones are quite tasty. Over here, that is the Mar House. The Mar House is open for lunch, and then they have a snack kind of time between, I think, 5 and 6, and then dinner. It's a seafood restaurant at night. I don't think we're gonna eat there. My husband is not a seafood lover at all. I don't mind seafood, but because we haven't been out as much as I would like, I'm trying to prioritize the Mexican, the Japanese. I think that would be my third choice, just because it does look like it would be nice in the evening. Beside it is the tiki bar. It's really fun there. There's also a tiki bar on the adult side, which you can't really see. I think it's a little bit too far. Very fun. I will say honestly, the bartenders and the servers here are really, really good. You do not want for anything, and sometimes you get too much. Actually, let's walk through here. So at the front of each set of club buildings, so like building, we're right 4, 3, and then 2, 1, there are these club lounges. So make sure there's no one. So I will walk through. These are the ones I mentioned are open from 7 to 11. They have like coffee machines, make your own drink stations, pop, water, juice, snacks right now. Obviously we're kind of in the breakfast time, so they kind of have all their breakfast stuff out. It's kind of a nice place to sit and chill. And it's nice that it's right by the pool. We've just been nice being able to run in and grab a pop or a water rather than bugging the bartenders who are super busy with those kind of requests. So this is the main adult club section pool. It is an infinity pool. You can't really see, if you're in the pool, you can't really see the ocean because it's pretty low. In little pockets you can. This is where we've been spending most of our time during the day. Again, it is a good size. It's not by any means a huge pool, but it is definitely has been big enough for us. So this is the kind of walk-up side of the swim-up bar. And this is the swim-up bar. The chair situation here has gotten worse as the week has gone on, to be honest. There are definitely people who have just, it's, as I said, about 7:30 right now. Definitely people have thrown some stuff on chairs. One thing we have found, and this is kind of not something I'm super fond of, we've realized that when there's just a Majestic bag like this on the chairs, I don't think people have actually put those on there. I think the staff have. Actually, I know the staff have. I think they do it so that when people come down and they look sad that they can't find a chair, they'll say, oh, I'll move this stuff off this chair for you because no one's been here in a while, and then you tip them, which I actually think is smart, but at the same time, they don't really watch enough. So a lot of times these chairs will just sit like this for most of the day. My husband and I have, on 2 occasions, the one that we did when we first got here, because we're kind of late in the day, and the day we did the hydrotherapy because we had a late start, we did just take those chairs and no one ever came back for the things. So it becomes pretty obvious that that's kind of what's happening, which is too bad. There are quite a few chairs, and that's the other lounge right there. There are quite a few chairs. I don't love the chair saving, but at the same time, we have not had an issue getting a seat by this pool most mornings. So just gonna walk up this way again. So this would be building 2, and then building 1 would be on the other side. So building 1 would face nothing on the bar side. Basically, you would just be looking out onto the resort next door, obviously ocean, and so I think building 1 would probably be quietest, and it's the furthest from the lobby. It doesn't face onto any of the pools, so you're probably not going to get any of the afternoon noise either. But again, you can see here there's lots of chairs if you want to use these pools as your primary pool. Just not something we've been doing. So, all right, I'm just going to find somewhere to quickly turn around, finish this up. Yeah, that's it for me. Sorry, this probably wasn't my best work. As I said, I can't really hear myself talk, so hopefully everything made sense. We have really enjoyed this resort. I would highly recommend it, mostly for adults, to be honest, and upgrading, definitely, if you are a couple or a group of friends. I would definitely upgrade to the Elegance Club section. It wasn't a huge price difference. It wasn't, I can't really remember, to be honest, but I'm going to say it was about maybe $200 or $300 more per person for us to stay on the adult side as it was to stay on the family side. So for us, honestly, we wouldn't come to a resort if we didn't have access to the adult amenities, so that was really important. But even if you're kind of on the fence and you think, well, I probably won't use the adult side, I still think it's probably worth it. The only things I would say I think this resort is missing, I mean, a coffee shop, but really that's not the end of the world because they do have that bar that you can go get coffee in the morning. The other thing, and the lounges if you're on the club side. The only other thing is I would really love, there are lots of lunch options, so this is really just me nitpicking. I just love a resort when you can sit at your chair and order from a small kind of snacky menu for lunch. Even just like nachos, fries, burgers, very small menu. It doesn't have to be huge. We're not kind of people that will get up off our chair, get dried off, and go sit in a like Italian restaurant and have lunch. The only time we would really do that is if it was raining. We just like to make the most of our day, so it's nice if we can order things to our chairs. That said, as I just said to you, there's tons of options. You can certainly go grab a snack from the club lounge. You can go get a burger from the beach. So again, it's a very small nitpicky thing. I just think for a resort of this level, even if it was just on the club side, it would be nice if they offered that. Other than that, honestly, no complaints whatsoever. I think everything's been great. My husband's been really happy with this resort. I wish I'd been feeling better, but I have, as I said, been making the most of it. And yeah, I think today's our second last day. I think today we're going to head over to IS Mujeres, which is pretty easy to do from this area. We're just going to grab an Uber and go over there and just kind of visit a few beach bars and hang out. Just a little something different. And then tomorrow will be our last day, so we'll be able to enjoy that in the pool and have some drinks. And yeah, hopefully by tomorrow I'm feeling a bit better. Hopefully by Friday when we fly home, my ears will have cleared, so the flying won't be a nightmare. But yeah, if you have any questions at all, I would love to answer them. I do try to answer all the questions on my vlogs as quickly as possible. If you like your content, I would love for you to subscribe, but seriously, no pressure. I do not do this in any way for compensation or for... I just do it because I like sharing. I really enjoy watching these videos from other vloggers who do a much better job than I do. So I just thought, you know what, maybe I can add something. So not looking for, you know, if you want to subscribe, amazing. If not, just enjoy the videos and ask any questions you have and I would love to answer. I'm not sure when our next trip is going to be, but I'm hoping maybe November. So I'll definitely take you along then. Thank you again so much for watching. Love you guys. Bye.